But now let's go to Don Pedro Obaseki in Benin. 17 political parties in the Edo State governorship election have signed a peace accord in Benin City. But one party, the People's Democratic Party, was conspicuously absent. Christy Macaulay has more.
Chairmen of political parties and their candidates took turns to append their signatures on the relevant documents. The convener of the Peace Accord Committee, Bishop Matthew Kuka, supervised the signing, while the Chairman Peace Accord Committee and former Head of State, Abdusalami Abubakar, INEC Chairman, and the Inspector General of Police served as witnesses. Though the PDP State Chairman and the candidates of the party were at the venue, but refused to participate. The All Progressives Congress, who also had earlier announced the party's decision to boycott the signing of the peace accord, made a U-turn.
And we believe in the principles of the Peace Committee. What we are saying is that the Nigerian police is behaving as if they are the armed wing of the APC. And we've listed all our grievances and all our issues that the police has refused to address. And because they have refused to address these issues, we are saying we are not going to sign.
No, the demand we are asking is that the people who killed the police officer, that is the detail of our governorship candidate, must be apprehended or they must be declared wanted. Since they are, Obaseki, the governor of Edo State, is harboring them in government house, we are asking that they should be declared wanted for the police to be seen to be working. So they have promised that they will declare them wanted and that they will be apprehended to pay for the crime committed by killing that innocent police officer.
Chairman of the Peace Accord Committee, Abdusalami Abubakar, and the convener, Bishop Matthew Kuka, advanced the need for the candidates of the various political parties to put interest of the people first before their personal gains.
As we proceed today, let us remember that all the eyes of the nation and indeed the world are upon us. We have the golden opportunity to set a positive example for other states and nations by demonstration that we can disagree on policies and priorities, but remain united in our love for our country and respect for the democratic process.
So let us thank God that we have the opportunity in Nigeria to spread our hands in search of justice. We continue to pray that God will strengthen the judicial processes, strengthen all our institutions. There will come a time, there will come a day when elections will be free, fair, and credible.
The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and the Inspector General of Police speaks to their level of preparedness for the election.
For us in INEC, at the election management body, I want to assure political parties and candidates that we will continue to play our part according to the law and best practice as articulated in the clauses of the National Peace Accord that we are about to commit ourselves to.
Let us work together to create a conducive environment for free, fair, and peaceful election where every voter can exercise their right to vote without fear or intimidation.
The National Peace Committee came on board in 2014. Christy Macaulay, Arise News.
Joining us now on the morning show is Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki, Deputy Director General, Asue-Ogie, PDP Edo 2024 Campaign Management Council. Dr. Obaseki, thank you very much for joining us. Good morning.
Dr. Obati, good morning, sir. I'm happy to be here.
Well, very quickly. I saw you, I think, in another TV station where ahead of the Peace Accord signing ceremony yesterday, you were defending why the PDP may, at that time, not sign the Peace Accord. Now, September 12th, we've had the Peace Accord ceremony, and the PDP attended the event but still stayed away. Now, the optics don't seem to look good, considering the fact that the governor is the chief security officer of the state, and then one will expect that the governor of the state should have persuaded his party to defend values, to vote for peace, and not on the basis of disaffection with the police and also INEC, say, no, we will not sign peace accord. It's the PDP, by this, abstainment, declaring war on September 21.
Quite the opposite. What by this action we are doing, we are bringing into the public domain the critical, very existential issues surrounding the elections in Edo State. First, we must understand that even while in Benin, the Inspector General of Police sits or stands on the podium, it is not part of the option that you did. And at the preliminary meetings on that day, he declared that some persons have been brazenly arrested in Benin based on the July 18 killing of a police officer who was killed. And even all the newspapers, I think including Arise TV, showed APC hoodlums on Airport Road in Benin. It was even published widely in newspapers. I even saw a copy of the Vanguard of that day yesterday. And these persons have remained free. They are roaming the streets, banding and brazenly disregarding process. So we felt that it is important that we bring this to the public domain. This is also a situation where we've raised alarms that the APC have procured numerous police uniforms so as to dress as policemen on the election day. And to just buttress that, 2 days before the coming of the IG to Benin 3 days ago, a contestant in the gubernatorial primaries of the APC, Mr. Blessing Agbomrere, was paraded with his APC hoodlums, where all of them wearing all the APC caps. But he was dressed particularly in an official police uniform with the rank of a CSP and making spurious statements that are designed to disturb public peace. We had to bring this to the notice of everybody since the police have refused to do anything. In the last 3 weeks, the Nigerian police, in Gestapo style, have busted the homes of chieftains of the PDP, carted them away to unknown locations in total violation of their rights, and not stopping there. The police can arrest anybody they so wish, but they cannot take them to places where nobody knows and hold them illegally, unlawfully. So we were screaming that first we will sign, but the police must come to the table with clean hands. Anybody who wants to come to it must come to it with clean hands. So the police have morphed into an armed wing, more or less, of the APC in the state. So we are scared that if we sign a peace accord, we will be endorsing the very, very unethical positioning of the police as an armed wing coalition. A friend of mine told me that APC is now all police's Congress. And that is the truth. We cannot pretentiously forget about equity, fair play, and sign a peace accord. We are not saying we will not sign. We are saying that we will sign.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Obaseki. So you're not saying you won't sign. You're saying that you will sign based on certain conditions. I'd like you to detail for us the steps taken by the PDP to engage the police, especially the IG of police, on some of these issues you have highlighted, and what the response has been, or what they have said about this, or what they have done about this. It's important because you can't make allegations without substantiating it with at least proof that you have done, gone through the due process to alert the police as to your concerns, and they in turn have done nothing. In addition to that, I'd like you to respond to what the chairman of the APC in Edo State said, that the governor is housing the perpetrators of the attack on their candidate, Senator Monday Okpebholo, saying that they killed on the policemen and the perpetrators are currently in government house being protected and shielded by the governor. So, I'd like you to respond to that. He said that just a few minutes ago. Okay,
those are two questions. Number one, close to 20 petitions have been penned and submitted to the police. The State Commissioner of Police have decided to sweep them under the carpet. Not stopping there, last week and the week before, the chairman of the party, along with my immediate boss, the Director General of the Campaign Council, had addressed press conferences, bringing all this to the public domain, begging the police to do something. The police had refused. Now, to make everything even worse, on Monday, today is Friday, on Monday this week, the local government chairman of Esan West Senatorial District, which is in Edo Central, far away from all these things we are doing, was actually attacked. He went to the police with his hands in bandage and his fractured bones to complain to the police. Instead, the police commissioner detains him in the evening of Monday, and the governor, as the chief security officer of the police of the state, calls the commissioner of police, who brazenly at 4 a.m. on Tuesday this week whisked the young man, Collins Aigbogun, to Abuja. Even if he had committed a crime, as stated in our criminal code and the administration of criminal justice in Nigeria, you are supposed to charge him to court or for anything within the jurisdiction where that same offense was committed. These are serious acts of brigandage that seem to be perpetrated by the police on behalf of the APC. Now, on the other hand, I've just told you now, an APC gubernatorial aspirant, I'm sure you have it, dressed as a police officer, a chief superintendent of police, fully attired. Now, the next one, you just asked now over the allegations made by Mr. Jared Tenebe. That is a lie from the pit of hell. On the 18th of July, those persons shot while they were shooting sporadically in Benin. Don't forget that they are the ones that declare them, those who declare themselves tigers and lions in Benin, or the Kabakas and co. They were shown. And the Edo State government, along with those who mean well for our state, videos, cameras, and pictures were sent to the police to show these guys in the scene of the crime wielding AK-47s and pump actions. And even their voice audio recordings threatening to do same. Till today, those who were holding guns and who took command of the place and who were shooting sporadically, the guy was hit by a stray bullet. It was also published in the Vanguard, in the This Day. It's all there in the public domain since July 18th. Not one person had been arrested. Not one person had been investigated. And Jared, of course, we know the APC is the citadel of propaganda and lies. Come and say those persons are in government house. Maybe I will be the next. We cannot, at this point, allow the APC to see themselves above the law. That is not true. We won't let that happen. And those people are not scared of. We are ready for the election because we are the ones on ground. So they are the ones trying to hound our people, disrespect the rule of law. That is the situation here.
Dr. Obaseki.
Because they know that they have a perpetually unelectable candidate and a candidate who now, let me just say this now, you may not be aware, we heard a few days ago that he's now been summoned to appear unfailingly for criminal breach, forgery, and perjury on the 20th of this month to face his criminal case for forgery as put in his INEC forms, his INEC form EC9A, which he declared 4 different dates of birth. 4. 29th of August 1970 is what he swore to an affidavit. 29th of August 1972 he was put in his submitted WAEC result form. And 29th of March 1970 is what is in his senatorial election form. And these are cases that are clear. So the APC does not even have a candidate. What they are trying to do is bandy fear all over the polity so as to throw our people into panic.
Dr.
We
Obaseki,
will not fall for that Pyrrhic dance.
Dr. Obaseki, we need to go quickly to Sani Adamu in Maiduguri, and we'll come back to you. But before we do so, think about these questions. APC is also accusing the PDP of violence, particularly in Osoro and Igara. I think that's the Akuku-Edo area. And they are saying that the PDP is also guilty of violence. The PDP, you are asking that the INEC representative, resident person in Edo State should be removed. You are saying that the police commissioner should be removed. I think one is called Nemiwo, the other one is called Agbarum. But it looks like INEC is not going to listen to you. INEC is not going to listen to you. The police will not listen to you. Because Egbetokun, the IGP, says that they are professional, vigilant, and that they are impartial. Think about those questions when we come back to you. But this moment, let's go to Sani Adamu, who is at the IDP camp in Maiduguri, Borno State. Hello, Sani Adamu.
Hello.
Well, what's the situation at the IDP camp?
Yeah, I am in Bakassi IDP camp at the moment. You know, Bakassi IDP camp used to be a camp of displacement for Boko Haram, for the decade-long Boko Haram victims. But it is now open again for the victims of this flood. You know, the victims are also categorized into two, the privileged one and the less privileged ones. So this camp here lodged the less privileged ones. The privileged ones are, you know, taking shelter in the houses of their relatives. Some were able to get into hotels, you know, but this camp has the most less privileged people. As you can see, there is their kitchen where they are cooking food for them, and also the only mobile clinic that they have. I don't know if my cameraman can fan over to see to show you how the situation is inside this camp. Yeah, because the place is a bit rowdy.
All right,
the people are eager to talk because of
So let's speak to one of those people. Can we speak to one of them? Would like to hear one of them speak to us, please.
Yeah, please come over. Miss Nanki.
Binta Musa, abin da yake faruwa, ruwa ya ci garinmu.
Sunny, you need to please. Sunny, can you translate for us, please?
Yeah, she says she is one of the victims. Their area was devastated by the water. So she is trying to give me more details of what is happening to them here in this camp.
Yawwa kuma in sun ka abincin an dafa abinci wayansu ba sa samu an dauka gawa biyu jiya an da kyauta sofu wayansu civil base ne suka dake yan mata sai ɗayan ta suma kuma ɗayan bata tashi amma ɗayan ta tashi wuyanta ya ji ciwo.
Well, what she's saying is that, you know, the food that the government is cooking for them here is not enough. Most of the people here are not getting food, and yesterday in the course of, you know, people rushing to go and collect food, 2 people have died. So, but this is not confirmed from the authorities. This is according to what she is saying and according to what she saw.
Mu kuma abin da muke nema yanzu muna bukatan abinci shine kawai bukatan mu a miyar da mu inda muka dawo.
Our immediate need now is food. That's what she said, and the government should intensify effort in seeing that the water has receded in their area so that they will go back to their houses. Let me cross over to another victim here. Can you come over? What is your name? Me sunanka?
Isa Ali. Gaskiya muna cikin wani matsala na cin ruwa wanda mun yi ambaliyar ruwa ya same mu a cikin garin Borno, unguwanni da yawa wanda ruwa matsalar mu muna bukatar taimako a tallafa masu ƙananan ƙarfi da sauran waɗanda ma ƙarfin su bai kai ba, abinci da kuma ɓangaren wajen kwana duka muna bukatar taimakon waɗannan.
He said he is also one of the victims. Their area has been flooded with water and he is taking shelter here. And what from the government is food and accommodation. That's the only need they have for now. Hajiya, me sunanki?
Sunana Bintu Mustapha. Abin da yake faruwa cikin wannan camp, in an dafa abinci ba wanda suke samun abinci, civilian JTF.
This is Bintu Mustapha here. She said that the food that they are cooking to them here is not enough at all.
Civilian JTF ne suke dibawa su kai wa wasu dakunan da akwai budurwansu a ciki, kuma breading da ake rabawa in sun karba suna zuwa bakin kes suna siyarwa 300. Bayan hakan ma jiya sun ce wata yarinya ki zo ki bin baki abinci, suka shiga da yarinyan cikin gona suka lalata da yarinyan, a daren aka kai yarinyan asibiti.
She said the food that is that they have been to them is not enough for them, and most of the food is being taken by the civilian JTF who are guarding them here in this camp. They are just taking it to their friends and to their girlfriends. Yes. So without minding the real victims here. And she said that that's according to her, one girl was raped yesterday by the civilian JTF in this particular camp. That's according to her.
Kuma jiya wani civilian JTF da abin nan suka bugi wasu civil defense, suka bugi wasu yarinya a wuya, dayan ta rasu, dayan kuma ta suma, yanzu ta furfuro ko bata furfuro ba mu sani ba, kuma haka wata soko.
And in the process of dispersing crowd that are collecting the food, the civilian JTF has flogged. They have flogged one lady on her neck, and she's taking medical care at the hospital now.
Well, Sani Adamu, we'll remain in touch with you as you continue to give us updates on developments in Borno State. We now go back to Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki. Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki, thank you for staying with us. Well, I'd asked you, if you're still there and you're hearing me, two questions, and the logical inference from those two questions is to ask, now that the PDP has refused to sign peace accord, now that the PDP has been ignored and been told by the police that they are not guilty as charged, and the APC says in fact it's the PDP that is guilty of violence, particularly in the Akoko-Edo area, is the PDP going to boycott the election? Is the PDP crying wolf because he sees that it faces imminent defeat from the APC or perhaps the Labour Party?
Let me start from the very last statement. Imminent defeat? Of course not. You and Rufai and co have challenged the APC to campaign, and they have refused. The APC have now decided to use both open and subliminal ways to try and influence the outcome of the elections by creating a situation that does not exist, chaos. That is what they are doing. The APC is known in Edo State as a band of brigands, and I'm sorry to say, you do a lot of fast check on them. I watch your program, and God bless you guys. And each and every time they tumble out mountains of lies. And that is what they are known for. The APC in Edo State in particular, and their leader in general, and their leader in particular, have turned lies and propaganda and raised it to the level of high art. So we know, but we are saying this clearly. In Benin, in Edo State, the person who is on ground is Asue-Ogie. In Benin, in Edo State, the people came out yesterday, they are still doing the protest to insist that the police must remain a police for all of us and not a police for only the APC. So if the police inspector general, Kayode Egbetokun, he is right in the very epicenter of this. And we know that the 2024 Edo State governorship election will be a watershed moment for this country. We are not a conquered people. We will not be cowed. We are a resolute people, and we are going into the elections next week, Saturday, not just to win, but to win resoundingly, and not stopping there. We must impress it on our people. We know they fear. Edo not be Lagos or Abuja. Nobody will come here with rows of tanks and try to browbeat us. We are not cut out that way. Defeat is not part of the Edo DNA. Right. And that is the truth. And people must understand that we are not just the heartbeat of that. We are going to signpost the future of this country. And the Edo State 2024 election is just the beginning of that long journey. Let me be clear, sir. By the time you have a candidate that is not only unelectable, almost close to low-level imbecility, I'm sorry to say.
No, you can't say that.
This is the same candidate that has told you, arise. Arise. I'm sorry, I withdraw that statement.
Thank you.
I withdraw that. I withdraw that quickly. This is the same APC that told you on Arise to pay them $1 million so that they will bring their candidate who is now facing not just incompetence, but criminal charges as enshrined in Section 88 and Section 89 and Section 115 of the Administration of Criminal Justice in Nigeria for perjury and forgery. This is a candidate who has not campaigned to our people. He has not been on any form of mass media. He is nowhere to be found. This is a candidate who is campaigning via proxies. No, come on, man.
All right.
Come on,
yes.
No. I say, ask your cameraman. He knows what is on ground in Benin.
No, Okwewolo says he has been doing word-to-word campaign.
Yes.
So that's a strategy.
Everybody does word-to-word.
We have seen footage of him in an interview, in a Pidgin-conducted interview as well. So he has been on mass media as well. We have seen him on campaign ground saying a few words.
No, madam. Let me tell you this on a serious note. He did the BBC Pidgin interview. That is the only, where he, even while struggling in an edited interview, we saw it.
No, I was just putting to fact what you said. Dr. Obaseki, let me ask a question.
To Bond.
All right, let me ask a question.
That he will only advertise he will only participate in the debate if the debate is conducted in Esan language.
Well,
hello.
Well, if the people understand Esan language and the other candidates do. Anyways, let's move forward. I only brought that because you said he has not been on any mass media, so that's not particularly accurate. So in terms of keeping it factual,
he was on mass media.
He has been on the mass media. He has been on campaign grounds. We have seen that. Anyways, let's move on.
A mass medium for Nigeria. It's an internet thing.
All right, okay. But a lot of people saw the interview. But let's move on. Let's move on. So, going by your statement, I want you to also talk about what the NLC chairman in Edo State said. And I don't know if the PDP has come out to condemn or remove themselves from that statement that Edo will burn down if Ighodalo is not declared governor. What's the position of the PDP on this? Because if you're accusing the APC of inciting violence or hitting hitting the polity, then you also must take responsibility for certain statements made during your campaign, during a campaign for your own candidate. Has the PDP debunked or have they removed themselves from that statement?
Let me say this very clearly. You see, the Nigerian Labour Congress is an entity that is devolved from the PDP in Edo State. We are a partisan political party. So that is on the one hand. On the second hand, if you look at the plethora of protests that have been going on in Edo State since yesterday or the day before, you've seen women, market women, everybody is just responding, maybe sometime a bit bestially, to what they think is a systemic oppression of their...
So do you condemn that statement? Does the PDP, do you condemn that statement?
I do not in any way, for all my life, let me finish, madam, I'm trying to frame, all my life, I cannot stand on the side of violent people. That is absolutely condemnable. But I will say this clearly, that in this fight in Edo State, all Edo persons know those who are the violent people. We are an upwardly mobile people. We are a people of peace. But if everyone is crying out for peace, we are saying that peace must be premised and laid on the pillars of justice, equity, and fair play. And that is what we stand by. We don't want our people, no election, no politician, to quote the former boss of my most revered friend, Ruben Abati, no politician's ambition is worth the blood of any Nigerian. And no candidate's blood no candidate is worth the blood of any Edo person. And they will not kill our people.
All right.
They cannot come and molest our people.
Okay.
Mentally, physically, or otherwise.
Well, that's a good place
anyone who is
to wrap up
preaching
things
violence,
today.
that person must be brought to face the full wrath of the law. We are a peaceful people. You do not rule over a people that don't exist.
Thank you so much,
We
Dr.
want peace,
Pedro
and we want the police
Obaseki.
to play their statutory role. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Very well,
Thank you very
your
much.
message very well passed. The police should play their role. The IGP has said that they will act professionally in the conduct of these elections, and I'm sure they've heard the allegations you put forward, especially the petitions that have been brought before the IG and the non-action or inaction of the police. Thank you so much, Dr. Pedro Obaseki.